Welcome, Panther Nation football fans, to another edition of Growlin and Prowlin. I am Mr. CeeLo, here talking all things Carolina Panthers, from the regular season to the postseason to the Super Bowl, from the off-season to the draft to OTA to the preseason. Let the growling begin. Welcome back, Panther Nation. I'm glad you could join us here on this wonderful Wednesday evening. Got a few things to talk about, but first, make sure you hit that like button on the way in and subscribe to Growlin and Prowlin. Also, go to my Instagram page at Mr. CeeLo and check out the other things that I'm working on, from Gridiron Gab Pro Style, which I'll have a show out for that later on, and Talk Like a Champion. Hopefully, I'll have a show out on that later. Let's get into the nick of it. Day 11 of training camp, which is the next to the last day, as many of you may or may not know. It included a workout with the New York Jets. And I must say that according to the reports that I've seen, it went exceptionally well from what I'm seeing. Well, getting into it, it's important to know that Bryce Young did. Probably the one takeaway that I had from it was that our offensive line is pretty good. There was no Sauce Gardner for the New York Jets today, so that was and as well as Carl Lawson. So it's kind of a hit or miss there. They got pressure, but I would honestly say probably the one thing that looked good about Bryce Young was the fact that he was able to manipulate the pocket a little bit, scramble around, make some really good throws. And he looked pretty good other than a pick six that he threw. That's just going to be something that I think we as Panther fans are going to have to deal with. But it got better, I will say that much. And as well as a couple of misses that he had that will possibly need to be worked on, but they were few and far between. He, as the number one pick, continued to make such wonderful throws. He had a dime to Jonathan Mingo, which that's really looking like a match that I don't see how Mingo's not going to be a starter. He's really developed a connection with this guy. And it was a deep bomb. I think it was 30 yards if I can remember correctly. But that's also without Sauce Gardner in the mix as well. And as I've said many times, I thought the interior of the Carolina Panthers offensive line was going to be a problem. And more so it is. We all know about Keenan Williams and Al Woods. They caused a lot of problems today. Cade Mays was, of course, the individual that was getting beat. Not more so than not. Chandler Zavala may end up getting the call. That's what I'm looking at right now. It's because it's looking like there's question marks up the middle as far as pass protection. Let's just say that. Not a lot of there was some great runs by Chuba Hubbard as well. So doing some great things in the run game, but the point is the pass game. We have to be able to protect Bryce, because Bryce, like we've said, he's little and they're not giving him. He's not taking hits yet, so appropriately so. But it's about to get real in about a month. We're about a full month away from kickoff. And I would venture to say that, looking at Wednesday, it shows how big Austin Corbett, get well, buddy, how much of a big piece that he played with this offensive line and how great we were able to run and protect last year. But like I said, we may end up having to swap Mays out for Chandler Zavala, giving him a shot if he can get up to speed, at least until Corbett gets back. We just got to hold the fort down. It's going to be tough. It just proves my point even more that I thought we should have kept Deontay Foreman instead of letting him go forward to the Bears. We should have offered him that bit and kept him here. To me, he was the guy that proved. I'm not sold on Miles Sanders. I just am not. You guys hear me going on the record. He is a dual threat running back, but he's just not the guy that I feel like we needed, especially with Bryce Young being who he is. We needed a power dynamic back. And I know what people are going to say, well, we needed a guy that can get the checkdowns on. And I get it. But I'm sorry, the guy that won me last year was Deontay Foreman. Frankie Louisville did not play today. Also, Laviska Shenault didn't dress. They had lingering, just nagging injuries. So there's nothing major, just trying to keep these guys in check. Coach Everill's defense forced 2 3-and-outs and a practice ceiling interception against Zach Wilson. And, of course, there's a guy I might have to do a show on called, I don't even know this guy's name, Camus Grugier-Hill. Right now, he's been named as the defensive MVP of training camp. A lot of people name him as the next Frankie Louisville, if you will. He's a linebacker. He made the interception of Zach Wilson in end of the practice, and like they've said good things about this guy in camp. They said they've said he's been all over the place and just making play after play, tackle after tackle. But even though this guy might not be a starter, we could be in good hands if Louisville is out. Well, we're already in good hands, guys. I mean, I know I keep rubbing this into the ground about Mari Barno and DJ Johnson, but maybe there's another diamond in the rough with Grugier-Hill that we found. So he's physical and he's got good speed, and his mobility is very much a plus. Brian Burns and Derek Brown also had pretty good days today. And Derek Brown and Brian Burns were all over Aaron Rodgers with the first unit. So that spells good things for the Carolina Panthers if you look at it defensively. Marquand McCall and Shy Tuttle and Justin Houston were to get ample pressure on Aaron Rodgers today, so that's definitely a good sign. Whereas Keith Traylor and C.J. Henderson showed some improvements in practice the last couple of weeks, especially C.J. Henderson. We've been hearing a lot of good things out of camp about him, which is a step up from OTAs. I mean, it was looking like this guy was going to be buried on the depth chart, possibly gone before the season even starts. I'm about like Jared Feinberg, interested in seeing how Coach Evero unleashes this defense. I'm very interested because what we have to remember, guys, and see, this is what was so tough about watching Frankie Louisville not play today. You still got Jeremy Chin. You still got Justin Houston learning the defense, and you of course you got Brian Burns, and then you've got Shaq Thompson. Listen, guys, we can't forget about Shaq Thompson. Shaq Thompson's a guy that can take to the quarterback too. Now, granted, he's been playing middle since Luke Kuechly retired, but here's something else you could think about with Frankie Louisville, Deion Jones, Shaq Thompson. You could very well shift Shaq Thompson out on blitz packages at times. Guys, there is no limit to what Coach Evero could do if he chose to go that route. But we were talking about the defense, but let's look at a few things that we saw. I've seen so many different perspectives and reports based on today. As I said earlier, we've had some individuals that said that this was not a good practice. I personally believe that if you can't have a perfect day with a rookie quarterback, no matter whether his name is Bryce or what. He did have an interception. It was a throw over to DJ Shark that went off his fingertips. Arguably could have been caught. But we actually saw an interception. J.C. Horn. I'm very happy about that because, just about a month ago, I made a show about J.C. Horn. How long was he going to be here? Was he going to stay healthy? And in all fairness, he's one of the top corners that nobody's talking about. Much like Frankie Louvu, one of the best kept secrets. And I got to say this, Frank Reich said he was a steal. That being Frankie Louvu. And you guys, I want you to check out the show that I did on Frankie Louvu and see what you think. I called this a month ago. This guy was an absolute steal. And he's just showing more and more and more. And honestly, if he keeps playing like he's playing, Gruger Hill could be another diamond in the rough that we find. I'm hoping he doesn't get rid of it doesn't cost Amari Barno or, it's not going to cost DJ Johnson. DJ Johnson was a 3rd round pick. They're going to work with him. But it doesn't cost Barno his shot. But I think he's going to get a shot Saturday night. I think he really will because I don't think the starters are going to play very much Saturday night. And I'm hoping, Amari, dude, go out there and light it up, bro. Go out there and light it up. But moving along, I was really happy about some of the looks that Bryce made. He went 14 of 22 today. It's not bad. Chuba Hubbard had a good look today. And as I said, Brian Burns, for a guy who's far apart with the organization on the contract talks, he's still going out there doing his thing. Salute to you, my friend. Keep doing your thing. Fitter, y'all need to get close. Figure it out. This guy's the cornerstone of this defense. We got a lot of pieces, but he's that guy. And I know you got to pay J.C. Horn soon, but this needs to get done. Stop playing, get it done. But all in all, for the most part, we've just got to get that interior line. I felt like that was the one weakness, even before signing Justin Houston. I don't know. A lot of people are talking about this. I'm hoping this is not going to be the case of we sign a big name and he doesn't work out. But it was great to see Bryce scrambling a little bit. Great to see that pinpoint accuracy in some cases and whatnot. And then there were times that you didn't see it. But it was a great defense. And even though it was down Carl Lawson and Sauce Gardner. But I like what Frank Reich said after it. All was over with. He said, we're going to look at the tape and see if we can't get some things cleaned up. That, of course, referring to the offensive line and a few missed routes and missed hits from the receiving group and the quarterback. Those guys not being on the same page. But it was really an awesome day from what I could see, and I'm all in on Bryce Young. I just think that the one thing that the Panthers missed out on is going to be Deontay Foreman, because at the end of the day, you don't want... Bryce is probably going to take 2 years to get to that elite level. And I believe if we would have signed Deontay Foreman... Now, that's not to say the Panthers can't go out and get Dalvin Cook or snatch up Ezekiel Elliott. And right now, Kareem Hunt's looking for a home. He visited the Colts today, but I'll just throw that out there. It's a possibility. There's three backs still out there, Scott. We're not committed to one back, so let's keep it in perspective, guys. We could add somebody like a Dalvin Cook on a one-year deal. Even though Miles Sanders is here, Dalvin Cook said that he doesn't want to be a backup and a couple of situation down kind of guy. But that's going to do it, guys, for day 11. I just had to throw that in there. Most of the guys that signed here, most of the guys that... that's going to do it, guys. But make sure to like the video and hit me up on the way out at my Instagram, and also subscribe to it, and let us know what you guys think, ways that we can make the show better. Please feel free to comment, and check out the Facebook page at Growlin and Prowlin. Let us know what we can do to make the show better, and if you guys want to talk about things, just let us know. And before we get out of here, make sure you guys check out Talk Like a Champion if you're a Notre Dame fan, or if not, if you enjoy my content, please check it out. Also, go to Gridiron Gab Pro Style and check out the latest NFL news. We'll be doing one on the running back carousel right now. As I said before, Kareem Hunt But keep an eye out, and I will definitely go to Gridiron Gab for all the latest updates on that. But until the next time, keep prowling the airwaves and keep growling out. Keep pounding.